It's hard to know exactly what this could be, but when you look at those signs, you've got to think she may be having either a mild seizure, she could be being poisoned by something, she could be eating something she shouldn't be. Right now though, it is a complete mystery.
Yeah, poor little girl.
But before Chris gets a chance to settle in, his first patient of the day is waiting in reception.
Girl Snoopy.
Amanda and her son Jesse are extremely concerned about their beloved Jack Russell, Snoopy.
I'm here because she's just recently started doing a lot of frothing in her mouth and really irritated, and then she started throwing up.
So tell me, what's been going on with Snoopy?
Last night, she just started, she's done it a couple of times, but lots of frothing and red lips, and started to throw up and just was really ill afterwards.
Is it the first time it's happened?
No, not the first time. We've actually got some footage of her when she, what was going on last night.
Yeah.
You want to see that?
I'd love to.
You got it, Jesse?
Yeah, I'll grab it. Yeah, wow. And you can see that saliva really building up. Okay. It's quite full on at times, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not nice.
Clearly something is affecting her body in a big way. Okay, let's have a look over here, Smooth. So her mouth looks okay now. That's the interesting thing. The colour's fine, and then she's producing just the right amount of saliva. She doesn't look dehydrated. So.
And her eyes, she kind of gets a really glazed look in her eyes. Mm-hmm. They look fine now too.
The confusing thing for me right now is that Snoopy seems quite normal. Yeah, sure enough, that's fine as well. So Snoopy right now is a perfectly normal dog. When she has these episodes, she sounds like she's in pain. She's in a confused state. She's hypersalivating. She's pouring in her mouth.
Yeah. And the other interesting thing is there's two of them, and the other one doesn't. That's not going on.
Yes, that's amazing. It's hard to know exactly what this could be, but when you look at those signs, you've got to think she may be having either a mild seizure, she could be being poisoned by something, she could be eating something she shouldn't be. Right now though, it is a complete mystery. There's something very unique to her that's happening.
Yeah.
I guess for me, the thing that I really need to do is actually see what happens in her backyard, because something's happening.
Yeah.
And it's happening more and more often, and it's getting more and more serious.
Yeah.
Chris is planning to check up on Snoopy later. He's hoping a home visit will provide vital answers to the little Jack Russell's bizarre attacks.
So I do think we need to sort this out and actually sort it out now.
Yeah. Hi, Chris.
Oh.
Come out this way.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you for coming.
So who's
This is Scrappy, the little one.
Scrappy and Snoopy.
And Snoopy.
Wow, they're similar.
Yeah, sisters.
There's a very good reason why I've essentially come to Amanda's backyard here, because this problem is happening with increasing severity, increasing frequency, and the worry is that if it happens again and somehow Snoopy gets a bigger dose of whatever it is, it could kill her. Something within this area here could be causing what we're seeing with Snoopy.
Yeah.
But working it out isn't going to be easy. I mean, I'd like to start by looking at the plants.
Yes.
So this is tiger grass here,
Yeah.
and then a mondo grass underneath. Now, neither of these are toxic. So even if they were chewing on them, it shouldn't be causing any sort of irritation, any sort of signs that we're seeing. Are you using any pesticides or any chemicals in the yard?
Only seaweed spray. That's all I use, or chicken poo.
That should be fine.
Yep.
Okay, wow. All right, so we've got some toadstools here. They'll cause vomiting, they'll cause some diarrhea, they'll cause a little bit of erratic behaviour, but they generally don't cause the salivation. Maybe it's not such a big deal. Plus, they haven't been disturbed. I'm pretty sure if they liked them, they wouldn't still be here.
Yep.
Okay. I was hoping that a walk around this yard would somehow show me a toxic plant that had been chewed on, or maybe a chemical that had been left out. I'll be honest, this is a tough situation because I'm not really getting any closer to finding an answer for Amanda and for the family. What I do know though is that this problem is happening in this backyard. Really the only way to know for sure is to watch these dogs around the clock until Snoopy has one of those attacks.
Okay. You staying up all night tonight?
I'm not, but a camera is.
Okay, all right.
So all the possibilities are really covered by this shot here. We've got the pond. We've also got some of the toadstools over here. We've also got these fence lines here. Given our location, I do have a sneaking suspicion about what might be to blame. The video is going to tell us the truth. Okay, so fingers crossed.
All right.
Obviously don't want any disasters from these guys, but I want some information.
Okay, excellent, thank you.
All right, it's in your hands.
Great.
Hey, Amanda.
Hi, Chris.
But on his arrival, he is shocked to find the little Jack Russell right in the middle of one of her distressing attacks.
I could see, yeah, she's drooling now.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, there you go.
It was really, really frothy before
Yeah.
and fluffy, and she's been eating grass and...
Wow, you can see it's really bubbling out there now.
Yeah. Well, Snoopy came in and she had froth coming out of her mouth and she was clawing, trying to get it out.
Interesting thing is that this is the body's natural response to something that's really irritating that mouth.
Yeah.
Because you can see that it's trying to flush it out by producing all that saliva.
Okay.
I think, can you get me a bucket of water?
Sure.
Is that all right? If Snoopy has taken on board something that is toxic, then naturally we have to try to remove it. The way I'm going to do it is by using a bucket of water and some swabs and hopefully clean her mouth right out. Her heart rate's quite high, so there's clearly something going on in her body right now that is causing her just to go a little bit haywire. What I want to do is just give her mouth a flush. You can see it just, her gums a little bit red, her tongue's quite red. And
Yeah.
just seeing that bubbling saliva there, now we've cleaned out her mouth, I'm gonna see what happens.
Okay.
So immediately, she looks more relaxed, doesn't she?
Yeah. Yep. And there's no drool.
There's no drool.
Yeah.
So this is, I guess, probably good news, because what we're seeing is the fact that if you can remove whatever it is that's irritating her mouth
Yeah.
straight away, she is okay almost straight away.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep. Okay.
So it's a remarkable turnaround, and I'd imagine that was probably not a severe attack from...
Yeah. No, not nearly as bad as I've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the fact that we can resolve it so quickly by just cleaning her mouth out,
Yeah.
it's a pretty important clue.
Yeah.
Did that video work last night, as far as you know?
As far as I know.
Yeah. Can we have a look at that?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
You okay? Yeah? Come on a second. I've got to say, I do have a nagging suspicion about what might be causing this, but it doesn't explain why one dog is affected and not the other. But the video should tell us either way. Okay, there's not much happening. See these things here that look like they could be dog poos? I don't think they are, because one just moved.
Cane toads.
Cane toads. So you've got cane toads hopping around your backyard at night, and now you've got Jack Russells. So we still don't really have our answer until the dogs come in.
Oh no.
This is the greatest squeaky toy of all time.
Oh no.
Look at them. So you've got Scrappy there and Snoopy, but look who's the one that goes in hard.
Snoopy.
Snoopy. Scrappy is a bit of a bystander. Snoopy, though, is getting right in there. Cane toads have a poison in glands behind their shoulders. They can actually squirt that out or just excrete it onto their skin. And you see, watch Snoopy here, puts it in her mouth. They say that the effect of the poison is quite similar to marijuana. So she may actually be getting quite seriously high off these toads, and each night she goes out there and has her hit of it. The problem is, though, that to have that poison every night, it's going to start to really play havoc with the system. Today, Snoopy was quite lucky. It looked like she only had a very small dose of that poison. But now we have to find a way to wean her off her little addiction. And for that, I have to pull out a few tricks. What are you doing in there? You're looking for cane toads.
I am. I'm looking for them.
I've got you rattled.
I've looked absolutely, and I can't
come on
find
out.
one.
I've got some help for you here, okay?
Back in far north Queensland, Chris has returned to Amanda's house with a possible solution for Snoopy's deadly cane toad obsession.
This yard doesn't naturally have cane toads. They're coming in from the outside world.
Yep.
So we've got to look along this fence here, because it looks pretty secure. We've got to look along the fence, see if there are any areas where they can get in under. And you can see here, let's see, yeah, we come to here, and see here, we've got gaps here.
Oh.
See, if I can get my fingers in there, the toads can get in there as well.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
plenty of toads.
Look.
So, true to form.
It doesn't take long for Chris's
One right
theory
there.
to be proven true.
And you see where he was?
Yeah.
Right underneath the fence there. So I reckon this is probably one of the highways they're using to get in and out.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this cane toad was in the wrong place at the wrong time or the right place at the right time, because he's going to come in very handy in a second. So we need to block this up.
Okay.
This stuff's perfect because we'll still let little insects and bugs through, which should be here, but won't let cane toads. So if we feed this through here, stretch it along on the ground and pop it through this part of the fence here. Okay, and then push our dirt up against it, and then some leaf litter. Okay.
Yep.
And then that little hole is patched. You're probably going to have about 2, 3, 4 of these along the fence line.
Yep.
Do each of those,
Yep.
you'll stop the toads from getting in.
Great. Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah, looks good.
Now, probably the biggest challenge of all.
Chris may have solved one problem, but now comes the biggest test. He needs to cure Snoopy's life-threatening cane toad obsession.
The problem we've got 2 Jack Russells who are driven by instinct. And with Snoopy's case, she can't help herself but chase them, lick them, bite them, and each time she does that, she gets the dose of that poison. We need to make the thrill of the chase for her a lot less thrillful.
Okay.
And this is how we're going to do it. We're going to use an air horn. Now, conveniently, we already have a toad. So if we put the toad on the ground, wait for Snoopy to appear, and if Snoopy comes up and has a look at the toad, she looks away, and now she's wary because she's heard that sound. If she goes after it again, can she resist? No. Okay. So we make that sound, get her attention, then we pick her up, we take her straight to the laundry and put her in there. So, you saw what happened there?
Yep.
She went to chase the cane toad.
Yep.
You sound that horn, she stops,
Yeah.
wonders why that horn sounded when she chased the cane toad. Keep on doing that, she makes the connection between that sound she doesn't like and chasing the toad. But as an added disincentive for her, she gets put in the laundry every single time she chases the toads.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good. Between the horn and the laundry, I think Snoopy's cane toad licking days are over. Thank you.
All right, but good luck.
Thank you so much. I
It's my
really
pleasure.
appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you. Okay. Bye.
If you guys loved that video, great. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel below. That way.